$3.06 million in the final year of his contract, but those inquiries have been completely rebushed. The Nuggets are reportedly pleased with him and intend to hold on to the sharpshooter despite his injury history. This is a massive blow to the Lakers front office. We are looking at a team that has completely exhausted all of its cap space after a flurry of summer free agent signings. The Lakers are operating dangerously close to the punitive second apron limitations, meaning any incoming salary has to match perfectly with outgoing assets. Rob Pelinka's margin of error is essentially zero. To match salaries for a premium target, the front office is likely looking at pooling the contracts of Jared Vanderbilt, Jake LaRavia, and Dalton Knecht. This brings us to the underlying strategy guiding Rob Pelinka. With Johnson off the board, Yahoo Sports and Heavy.com insider Jake Fisher reports that the Lakers remain heavily interested in a sign and trade for Jonathan Kuminga. However, the audience must remember that this involves unnamed representation and is not a finalized deal, so take it with a grain of salt. The front office strategy here is fascinating. They are trying to maximize the current title window while navigating the unforgiving restrictions of the modern CBA. Are they preserving future draft capital by targeting disgruntled restricted free agents, or are they opening up resources for a Tier 1 star? The Lakers added perimeter defenders like Matisse Thybulle and Zaire Williams, but neither provides consistent offensive production. Conversely, they acquired Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton, and Sandro Mamakashvili, who bring elite shooting but lack the necessary point-of-attack defense. Pelinka is trying to find the ultimate two-way optimizer without triggering the luxury tax hard cap. Translating this directly into court vision and X's and O's, the absence of a pure 3-and-D wing complicates J.J. Redick's modern high-volume three-point, heavy screening system. Redick's offensive philosophy relies heavily on spacing gravity and dribble handoff actions. When you have Thybulle or Williams on the floor, defenses can sag off and clog the paint, ruining the inverted pick-and-roll creators' driving lanes. When Grimes or Sexton are on the floor, the Lakers' point-of-attack defense is compromised, putting too much pressure on the front court rim deterrents. Johnson's ability to shoot 43% from deep while defending multiple positions would have perfectly bridged this gap. If Kuminga is the ultimate pivot, Redick will have to scheme around his elite athleticism and downhill rim pressure, adjusting the floor spacing dynamically. Now, we have to look at this objectively. Does pivoting from a proven shooter like Cam Johnson to a developmental sign-and-trade for Jonathan Kuminga genuinely move the needle toward Banner 18? The front office is playing a dangerous game of asset optimization, trying to patch a fundamentally unbalanced roster of one-way specialists. Does this tactical adjustment actually make them a top-tier contender, or is the front office playing it too safe by hoarding assets instead of overpaying for a perfect system fit? Drop your thoughts below.
Championship windows are defined by opportunistic strikes, and the Los Angeles Lakers are positioning themselves for a tactical steal that could solidify their perimeter defense for the next half-decade. According to Jordana Clark at Lake Show Life, Michael Scotto at Hoops Hype, and Mark Stein from the Stein Line, the Lakers heavily expressed interest in acquiring Lu Dort before the Thunder traded him to the Atlanta Hawks for 3 second-round picks. Dort is entering the final year of his contract, valued at nearly $18 million. The massive update here is that the Hawks are reportedly hesitant to pursue an immediate contract extension with the rugged 3-and-D swingman. Atlanta wants to maintain absolute financial flexibility to potentially chase a star-level player, making Dort a potential short-term rental who is on track to become an unrestricted free agent next summer. This is where Rob Pelinka and the Lakers' front office strategy becomes highly clinical. By tracking Dort's impending expiration, Pelinka is evaluating the ultimate asset optimization play. The Lakers can patiently wait to pursue him in free agency, or they could weaponize their current expiring contracts to execute a deadline trade. The tension here is balancing the immediate need to maximize the current title window against the unforgiving restrictions of the second apron limitations. Taking on an $18 million expiring deal requires matching salary, but the Lakers know they desperately need a premium perimeter defender to reach the gold standard required for a championship run. The front office is monitoring this situation like a hawk, knowing that if Atlanta decides to pivot, the Lakers must be the first team on the phone to absorb that veteran contract without hard capping themselves out of contention. When you evaluate the tactical fit, Dort is the exact archetype J.J. Redick is begging for in his rotation. Translating the money into X's and O's, Dort offers devastating point-of-attack defense. He navigates heavy screening actions effortlessly and provides the physical rim deterrence on the perimeter that the Lakers severely lack. Offensively, Dort's catch-and-shoot efficiency perfectly aligns with Redick's emphasis on high-velocity ball movement and spacing gravity. Even more fascinating is the strategic vision laid out by league insiders. Bringing Dort to Los Angeles would allow him to play directly off of superstar Luka Doncic. Placing a rugged, elite defensive enforcer next to Doncic's inverted pick-and-roll creation is a match made in heaven. Dort's floor spacing would give Doncic massive driving lanes in the paint, while completely covering for him on the defensive end against elite opposing guards. This potential acquisition demands an honest verdict. Adding a player of Dort's defensive caliber directly addresses the team's most glaring weakness and perfectly insulates their superstar talent. Does this tactical adjustment actually make them a top-tier contender, or is the front office playing it too safe by waiting for free agency instead of forcing a trade right now? Drop your thoughts below.
If you want to understand how front offices weaponize the salary cap to dictate market value, you need to look directly at the Lakers' latest monumental investment in the paint. We have a massive update regarding the Lakers' front court structure. According to Jordana Clark at Lake Show Life and Fred Katz of The Athletic, the Los Angeles Lakers successfully secured restricted free agent center Walker Kessler to a staggering $129.4 million four-year contract. The magnitude of this deal cannot be overstated, as it has completely disrupted the restricted free agency market across the league. The Detroit Pistons center Jalen Duren, who is also up for a massive payday and eligible for a 5-year, $287 million maximum extension, is now in a stalemate. League executives are heavily citing the Lakers' $129.4 million deal with Kessler as the absolute ceiling and benchmark for defensive anchors. Analyzing the why behind Rob Pelinka and the front office's decision reveals a calculated risk. The Lakers paid up for Kessler, identifying him as the undeniable priority to anchor their defense for the next half-decade. By establishing the market rate at roughly $32 million annually, Pelinka has effectively boxed out other teams from demanding supermax money for non-offensive superstars. The tension here revolves around asset preservation and avoiding the catastrophic first and second aprons. Paying nearly $130 million for a traditional drop coverage big man limits financial flexibility, but it guarantees high-level rim deterrence. The front office decided that locking in a known defensive quantity was more crucial to their championship window than saving cap space for a hypothetical third star. They are holding themselves to the gold standard of Lakers' legacy by ensuring the paint is locked down, but the financial implications of this tax apron maneuver will resonate for years. Translating this massive investment directly into court vision, Walker Kessler is the absolute linchpin for J.J. Redick's defensive system. Redick's modern philosophy demands exceptional point-of-attack defense on the perimeter, which inherently funnels slashers toward the paint. Kessler provides elite rim deterrence, allowing the Lakers' backcourt to play aggressively on the perimeter without fear of giving up easy layups. While Kessler has faced criticism for not contributing to winning basketball during his tenure at the Jazz, his defensive metrics are undeniable.